morning YouTube, as always I'm the Aussie Gamer and today I'm bringing you my review on Battlefield Bad Company 2. The first Bad Company was released some years ago and was very well received, and from what I understand, the sequel is set to trounce the original in every way. Developed by DICE and published by EA Games for the PlayStation 3, Xbox 360 and PC, will Bad Company 2 have players switching over from Modern Warfare 2, or will it just not make the cut? Let's waste no more time and find out. Bad Company 2 has you following the exploits of a soldier group known as Bravo Company 2, as it attempts to beat the Russians to a super weapon. You play as Preston Marlowe, alongside other members of your squad including the Sarge, who is of course about to retire, a stereotypically geeky tech guy, and of course a stereotypical war junkie that likes to blow shit up. The story in general is very shallow, and as you play you can see the plot twist coming from a mile away, and I have to say, the script is pretty damn average. In general, the story serves as a purpose to move the game along from mission to mission, however you won't find yourself fond of any of the characters involved. One of the first things you'll notice about this game is that it's gorgeous. Bad Company 2 uses the Frostbite engine and it is able to showcase sprawlingly populated environments with an excellent level of detail. Every environment the game features looks almost realistic and boasts authenticity, and the animation is impeccable, especially weapon models and reload animations which look fucking fantastic. The lighting is expertly done, with some scenes in particular standing out as truly magnificent. Given the destructible nature of buildings and other objects throughout the game, Bad Company 2 does an excellent job at delivering this destruction, and let's just say that the physics are better than awesome. However, some minor jinx exist, such as character models and facial animation look a little bit rough around the edges, but are a minor flaw in an otherwise magnificent spectacle. Also, some textures seem to sometimes just appear into view, which leads to believe that perhaps draw distances should have been improved. Both of these are merely minor hiccups and are easily dismissed when the game can run perfectly smooth without sacrificing the visuals, with 24 players duking it out online. Cutscenes are well detailed with some great animation and impressive attention to detail. The sound quality is also existent, with bass thumping as you fire an RPG or tank gun, and each other weapon sounding very satisfying to fire. Fucking awesome even. Voice acting is also done well, despite the rather poor script that I mentioned earlier. There is little music in the game, however, when there is a score, it most certainly appreciates the situation the game is bringing you. Bad Company 2's gameplay borrows some elements of other shooters in the industry, whilst at the same time going in a completely different and arguably more realistic direction. Bad Company 2 incorporates health regeneration, bringing it in line with the other first-person shooters in the industry, and of course, emphasising the need to utilise cover and not just run and gun. Also, the game's controls add a sense of realism to the game. Players fresh out of Modern Warfare 2 will notice a dramatic change to what they're used to. However, the controls overall are easy to become familiar with and make you feel like you're playing like a real soldier in battle and not Rambo. There are plenty of vehicles that you can utilise throughout Bad Company 2, ranging from tanks and jeeps to helicopters and boats, all of which handle extremely well and overall add to the enthralling experience. The ballistic system in this game is fantastic. Each gun has an appropriate level of recoil and bullets that react to the weight of gravity, which of course adds great realism to the game. One moment in particular that stood out for me was when you had to snipe all of the enemy patrols under the cover of a thunderstorm to avoid detection. I thought it was sweet! Squad AI is kind of all over the place. Sometimes they are really effective at taking out annoying enemies, flanking, providing cover fire, you know, the good stuff. But at other times, they'll shoot plenty of enemies but never seem to actually take one down, and they just seem to get in your way. In fact, there is a memory that I have from this game where I was about to launch a grenade at an enemy vehicle from a window, and just as I pulled the trigger, a squad member stepped into my line of fire and... yeah, I fucking died, and no, I wasn't fucking happy. Also, it seems that sometimes your enemies seem to just ignore your squad mates and gun right for you, which can be a tad frustrating, especially if you're searching for an appropriate weapon for the situation, all the while getting blown away by a fucking tank. Destructible environments are awesome whether playing online or off, and each play a part in obliterating your enemies. However, it makes it hard to find a suitable place for cover, as a wall can be taken down in a matter of seconds, leaving you exposed to enemies. On the other hand, however, it's really satisfying to see an enemy have the floor crumble beneath his feet and fall to his doom. The single player campaign of Bad Company 2 is rather shallow, clocking up to a total of 6 to 7 hours to complete, but it really is the multiplayer that delivers the most in this game. To start with, Bad Company 2 offers a variety of different game types for the online multiplayer. First, there is Rush, a game in which each team has the objective of either destroying or defending key points held by the opposing team. Second comes Conquest, a simple capture and control style of gameplay in which teams fight to take and hold points, whilst at the same time trying to kill off their enemies. There are smaller scale matches available also, such as Squad Rush, which is the same as regular Rush but with 2 4-player sides on smaller maps, and Squad Deathmatch, in which 4 squads are put against one another in a fight to the death. When you begin a match, you choose out of 4 different classes, including Assault, Engineer, Medic and Recon. Assault leads the way with powerful close-range weapons and grenade launch. Engineers are more stealth-based with a silenced SMG as well as an RPG to take out pesky enemy tanks. Medics are support-based with light machine guns and defibrillators to revive downed allies in battle. And Recon, of course, are the snipers of the game. And let's just say that to snipe in this game is purely awesome, with some skillful kills being made from literally the other side of the map. As you play through the multiplayer, you gain rank similar to Call of Duty. As you gain XP, you can customize each class you play as and earn enough points for upgrades. Upgrades for all classes include new gadgets, weapon attachments, and better weapons in general. Another thing that I love about the online multiplayer is that you can choose where you respawn, be it at the custom spawning point or next to a currently alive teammate. Mind you, this can be a tad frustrating as you can be in a gunfight with an enemy only to have his ally spawn next to him, making the firefight become a little bit one-sided. But it's okay if you're not on the receiving end. Vehicle access is also given. In fact, you pretty much do everything you are able to do in the solo campaign. I also love how the game has placed a focus on teamwork and working as a unit rather than as an individual in matches. In games like Call of Duty, you can literally run solo and still do quite well, whereas in Bad Company 2, although you can go on your own, it's better if you work as a team and strategize your attack, which makes the game that much funner. The game even goes as far as to award not only kill points, but assist points in kills, completing objectives and other team-based accomplishments. Overall, I can say that the online in Bad Company 2 is addictive as hell, and the fact that every match feels like a full-scale war will have your disc spinning in your console or PC for weeks and weeks after you finish the solo campaign. Bad Company 2 is a must-buy for PS3 owners, Xbox 360 owners, and even PC gamers that are into first-person shooters. Although the single player component is rather short, its realistic and authentic gameplay combined with some beautiful visuals and kick-ass online multiplayer make Battlefield Bad Company 2 worth every cent of its price tag. Subscribe!